The following opinions are solely those of BoatTest.com and its test captain. Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTest.com, and today I am on Monte Carlo Yacht's beautiful new 86, and this is clearly made to be an owner-operator's boat, so I'm going to approach it as the owner-operator. And how would I get the systems activated and get her underway? It's going to start with a look at the engine room, which is accessed not manually, but from an automatically actuated switch. Well, for starters, look at the sheer size of this engine room. This is typical of an engine room in a much larger yacht. We've got 6 feet and 9 inches of overhead clearance, but more to the point, this yacht also has an optional tender garage. Now, the general rule of thumb is when you have a tender garage, it needs to take up all of the available space in the engine room, and that's not happening here. Monte Carlo Yachts selected a pair of 1800 horsepower MAN engines. They selected these not only for their low profile, but also for their low fuel consumption. They're driving V-drive transmissions and going through straight shafts. So even with the tender garage in the engine room, I still have plenty of space to get around both sides of the engine and in between. To the forward bulkhead are the electrical panels, including all of the tank levels, battery switches, generator readouts.
This is of course connected to the dual generators stacked at the aft bulkhead.
On the opposite side of the bulkhead, the primary MAN filters, secondary Raycor filters, and notice both are doubles so they can be changed on the fly. Up above, the control panel for the twin engines. Now let's take a look at some of the individual components of the engine room, starting with these exhaust risers that are properly supported to both sides. All of the air conditioning pumps and the air conditioner recirculating pump underneath. All of the batteries are stored in this compartment, and just on top, the hydraulic pump. Hydraulics are controlling nearly everything on this boat. The anchor windlasses, the warping winches in the cockpit, the hatch to the engine room, and the tender garage. So many other things as well.
More so with the bow and stern thrusters, hydraulic is much better than electric. Now we can run them significantly longer with no worry about depleting the batteries or burning out the motor. This boat is also equipped with a pair of Seakeeper gyros for stability both at the dock and underway, but with our Flatcom test day, we never needed them.
The port and starboard seawater filters, and as a professional captain, I'm very concerned with being able to emergency dewater the engine room. And the way that is done on the MCY 86 is right in this hatch. If you picture this engine compartment flooding, you've got raw water intakes here and here. All I need to do is close this valve off and open this one, and you can see there's a screen at the bottom. Now, this intake will be drawing directly from the inside of the engine compartment instead of the through hull.
I'm happy to see that this dewatering setup is present as it's the most efficient. Of course, just behind there is a secondary manual pump. This in addition to the 3,700 gallon per hour bilge pumps already installed, with the manual switch clearly labeled.
Monte Carlo Yachts is big on offering customizations, but the way this engine room is laid out is basically standard. The owner did add some options, of course. There's the tender garage, the Seakeeper gyros, the ISO boost system. But as an owner-operator, I would probably add one more thing. The boat comes with a toolkit supplied by MAN. I need a workbench, and I would maybe put it right over here. Now let's work on getting ourselves underway.
Be sure to see our test numbers and docking report in the next video. For BoatTest.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.